Hello everyone, welcome back to the Daddy Cliff channel. Today let's look at another great opportunity for you to do either a master or a PhD in this beautiful country called South Korea. It is going to be the 2024 Spring Study and Research Scholarship at DGU, or commonly called as SRD Scholarship. What are going to be the benefits of this scholarship? It is important to know that there are four types of this scholarship, as you can see here: SRD1, SRD2, SRDM, and SRDB. The fields of study are science, engineering, pharmacy. The degree programs are either for a PhD or a master combined PhD, that is integrated program. And the scholarship is going to cover 100% of tuition fee, including entrance fee. They would pay all of that. And the scholarship period is for a PhD, maximum 6 semesters. That is going to be 3 years of studies. And then there is master PhD integrated, that's combined, and it's going to be for a period of 8 semesters, which means you will do your masters and then you will transition to doing your PhD. Then SRD2 is for science, engineering, and pharmacy as well. This is mainly for master's students. It is going to cover your tuition fee 100%, and it is going to include the entrance fee as well. And it is going to be for a master's program, maximum equal to 2 years of studies in South Korea. And then the third one is the SRDM, Korean medicine, for PhD or a combined master and PhD, or just for a master's program only. It is also going to cover your tuition fee 100%. They are also going to pay your entrance fee. This is a scholarship period. For PhD, it's going to be 6 semesters, which is equal to 3 years of studies. Masters combined PhD, that's integrated master and PhD, it's going to be for 8 semesters, that is 4 years of studies. And then there is masters, a maximum of 4 semesters, which is also equal to 2 years of studies. And then there is SRDB. It has international master's program in Buddhist studies. It is going to be for just a master's degree program, and it's going to cover your tuition fee 100%, including the entrance fee. This is only for master's degree applicants. Let's look at the eligibility criteria that you must fulfill in order to obtain this 2024 Spring SRD Study and Research Scholarship at DGU. So the eligibility criteria are: 1. Successful candidates for the 2024 Spring International Student Admission Track, or applicants of the 2024 Spring, the second international student admission track. We will look at the different tracks and the deadlines as we proceed, but this is mainly for those who will be applying as international students around the world. There is no limitation in country here. The second condition is that studied similar or equivalent master major from one's previous degree. So for example, let's say you did engineering in the undergraduate level and then you want to do a master's degree. Because you came from engineering and you are also going into an engineering program at either the master or PhD level, you stand a better chance. Simply put, if you are applying for a degree program that you did at the undergraduate level, you want to do it also at the master or PhD level, you stand a better chance. Let's say a bachelor's degree in engineering, and then you want to do a master's degree in engineering or a PhD in engineering, you stand a better chance of getting the scholarship. The third condition: score percentile of the entire curriculum from the previous degree program should be 80% or above on a 100-point scale, or be ranked among the top 40% in your classroom. So if you are among the top 40% in your classroom, you stand a better chance. So let's say there are 100 students in your class and you are among the first 40, then you are among the top 40. So you'd have to calculate it and check. If there are 20 students in your class, you must be among the top 40% of 20 students. You do the math and then you would get it. It's very important that you take into account that, because they want the brightest minds in this scholarship. And then it is important to know that there are certain obligations that you will have to fulfill in case you succeed in getting the scholarship, and these are the different obligations based on the scholarship type. So let's say, for example, you succeed in getting SRD1. They will be expecting you to publish at least 2 articles in the Science Citation Index Expanded journal. It is an international journal, a very renowned academic journal. So you would have to make sure you write articles or publications that are of top quality, that can be accepted by that journal for you to graduate. It's one of the conditions. So PhD, 2 research paper, and you must be as the first author. And then integrated master and PhD, you should publish at least 3 research papers as the first author. You can go ahead and read the other conditions. You must fulfill these conditions in case you succeed in getting the scholarship. For those who've already carried out publications before applying for this scholarship, they stand a better chance, because it will be a proof that if they get admission into the degree program, they will be able to fulfill the conditions. They will be able to write scholarly articles, and they will be able to publish them in the SCIA, that is a Science Citation Index Expanded Journal, which is an internationally recognized academic journal. Those will be your obligations if you benefit from this scholarship. There are other obligations that you would have to read here by yourself. You can co-author, but know that you should contribute at least 50% of the materials that will be published in the journal. These are the selection procedure. It is very important that you take note of the selection procedure for you to get this scholarship. First thing is that you must make sure you contact a professor and ask them to recommend you for the scholarship, which means you have to go to the university website. This university is Dongguk University in South Korea. We will look at how to go about looking for professors and then emailing them. I have this other video on my channel. You can watch it and see how you can go about contacting professors for scholarships in South Korea. This is a professor scholarship, so you would have to make sure you get a recommendation from a professor, and this professor is going to be the one that will be your advisor. He will be the one that will guide you during your research project when schooling at Dongguk University in South Korea. They will have to review and evaluate your eligibility for the scholarship, and then they would announce successful candidates. This is a selection process. It is very important that you make sure you contact a professor. So they say here, only successful candidates of the 2024 Spring International Student Admission Track or applicants of the 2024 Spring, the second international admission track, may apply for this scholarship. So there is the international admission track, and then there is the second international admission track, which will begin very soon. We will look at the timelines as we proceed, so you can go ahead and read the other eligibility criteria. The third thing is, it is important to read this application and recommendation deadline. Please submit the required documents to the Office of General Graduate School by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Then they would have to announce successful candidates by January 19, 2024. So this is the application deadline for this SRD scholarship, which is the Spring Study and Research Scholarship at Dongguk University in South Korea. These are the different required documents that you would have to provide: application form, personal statement, academic plan, and research proposal. They are very important. You need them. Statement of purpose for university, recommendation letter. All of these forms are available down here. So for example, this is for SRDB, which is the 4th type of scholarship, and then there is the SRM, which is the 3rd type of scholarship. It is important for you to make sure you use the right form when applying. The other one is the Spring SRD2 scholarship, that is the 2nd type of scholarship, and then you have the Spring SRD1 form. So it has all of the forms that you would need during the application. So for you to have access to these different forms, you just need to go up, and then you would find them here written in Korean language. It is very important that you take note of this. The forms are here. This is the first one: SRDB, SRDM, SRD2, and then there is SRD1. All the forms that are here, the required documents that are here, can be found in these Word documents that are down here. It's very important that you make sure you use the right form when applying for this scholarship. You have to read all of this. Scholarship funding will be restricted in the following cases, even if a recipient is an enrolled student. So even if you get to South Korea and are not able to meet one of the scholarship conditions, you would lose the scholarship. You must always make sure you maintain a GPA of at least 3.5, and then know that during every semester you would have to get a document from your supervisor indicating that you are eligible for funding for the next semester. So they would have to sign the document. So they say once academic advisors submit an evaluation statement, scholarship funding will be stopped after deliberation by the graduate school operation committee. So if your professor sends a document that talks bad about you, you'd lose your scholarship, because during every semester in South Korea, professors are expected to submit an evaluation statement about their students that are being funded for scholarship. So you have to go ahead and read the other conditions that might make you lose the scholarship, which are down here. Very important that you read this document. There is also the CGPA conversion table that you can use to convert your current GPA in your current university. It's very important. If your university is using a GPA that is on a scale of 4.0, you have to use this to convert it to the 100-point scale. And then if they are using 4.3, you would have to try to make sure you look where you fall here. It's very important to note that the minimum is 80, so you have to make sure you use the right scaling system that your school uses. Now let's go ahead and look at how you can go about contacting a professor. You don't just contact a professor like that. You must make sure you have researched about the professor. This is a professor database for those who would be doing maybe division of physics, semiconductor. There is department of mathematics, department of chemistry, department of statistics. So let's say you want to contact division of physics and semiconductors. You have to go down here and look at the different professors. Let's say you want to contact this professor, Kun Bum Chung. You must make sure you know the major that he is teaching, and then this is his final graduation school. He is an alumni of Yonsei University, and then this is his email. This is the email that you can contact him and ask for funding. It's very important. But before asking for funding, what you need to do is take his name, go to Google and use Google Scholar, or just use Google search. And then there is the first one, Google Scholar. It will take you to his past publications. This is it, cited 116 times, 106 times. The number of times that people have cited his works. So you can go into one of his publications and try to read what he wrote. It's very important that you try to understand. In some cases, the professors might have their personal website. It is important to try to see if they have personal website and then try to read what they wrote. It's very important. Like for example, this is the abstract. You can try to understand the abstract and see if it relates to your area of research before you can then contact them and then provide some information about your past publication, especially for those who will be applying for PhD. If you are very much vested with research work, you stand a better chance of getting the scholarship. It's very important that you make sure you provide some research publications, because basically you will be carrying out research in their lab. Professors like students who will be doing research, writing research papers, doing publication, presenting in conferences. They stand a better chance of being offered scholarship to study in South Korea. It's very important that you take note of that. Now let's look at the scholarship application date. Like I said, this is the spring admission, and then this is track 1. It has already passed. The second track will begin in December, and then this is the period when they will hold interview for rate and successful candidates will be announced later. And then for fall admission, it is usually in May for track 1 and then June for track 2. It's very important that you take into account the deadlines. For those who think they might not be able to meet up with the spring admission session, that's the second track, they can decide to apply for the fall track, which will be in May and June 2024. So guys, this is going to be the end of this video on the study and research at Dongguk University. Dongguk University is a very prominent university in South Korea, and it has a lot of international students. So I'll provide a link to this website. There are other scholarship opportunities on this website for both undergraduate and graduate students. There is also GKS or GKSP, and then there's SROD. So you can go ahead and go through the website and look at other opportunities that might be available. Unfortunately, their graduate admission has already passed, but it is always good to go to the website and research and try to understand the application process and prepare yourself for the next application period. That being said, guys, I'll end the video here. For more contents like this, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.